Hey, what's going on, YouTube family? And so, as you all know, or once individuals start watching these videos, one thing that'll be clear about myself and about my content and why I'm doing what I'm doing is that I've chose to and I've decided to make sure I drop a video a day in 2025, right? And it's not just to drop a video a day. It's for a lot of different reasons, to be completely honest and transparent. One of those reasons is because I know for a fact that I have a lot of wisdom. I've been blessed with a lot of wisdom. I have information, I have knowledge, that I know could be useful for somebody else. I'm not saying that I'm the wizard. I'm not saying I'm the smartest. But what I am saying is that I have enough knowledge, I have enough wisdom to be able to help and assist somebody else and one that might need what I've already had, or might need some solutions, or might just need to know that there's somebody else who's going through what they're going through. You did what I'm saying? Really, at the end of the day, might just need to know that, okay, I ain't the only one that's dealing with this. But if we say that we can't find individuals on this side of YouTube, right? And when I say this side of YouTube, I'm talking about, that side that don't really care, don't really give too much, about trying to, look famous, look popular, keep up with trends. I'm talking about that side of YouTube where people really out here looking for solutions. You feel me? Where people really have problems, where men really have problems, where males really have problems, where females really trying to make sure, are they tripping? Like, dang, is this all we got left? Is this the only thing that we dealing with now? Is this the species of men that we have now? Or is there other options? Or is there individuals who really out here trying to be the best version of themselves? Like, that's the side of YouTube I'm on, right? And again, it's not gonna always be popular, especially this documentation process. It's not gonna always be popular. I know it's not gonna get a lot of views right now. I already know how it's gonna work. And I right now, on this day, which I believe is January 26th or 25th, I say right now that I know that my page is going to blow up the second I start dropping these podcasts. My page is going to blow up the second that I start really doing the materialistic side of things. Like once I start working on the leisure side of, my development of my rite of passage. And when I say leisure side, for those who are not aware, this page consists of me doing a rite of passage, right? To ensure that I know that I'm where I need to be at as a man, right? And then that question then become, okay, so if you're doing that, what are you basing it off of? Because that's a lot of the problem, right? A lot of time people call themselves men. We call ourselves men, but based off of what criteria? What requirements? What prerequisites? You feel me? It's just based off how much money you got? Based off of how many girls you got? Like, what's the requirements? And then, okay, who stamped you? Where your board of directors? Where your OGs? Like, or you the only person that's able to let you know that you did this. Like, basically what I'm saying is, if it take a village, then when it comes to men, who gave you your stamp of approval? And that don't even have to be a person. But at the end of the day, who gave you your stamp of approval? What requirements, what prerequisites are you basing it off of? What blueprint are you basing it off of? And I'm saying that because what I've chosen to do in the blueprint that I've chosen to help a couple of them mixed in, but the main one that I've chosen to base mine off of is what I ran across called the 10 life values. And to me, that was brought to my attention by Crimson Cure, right? And those 10 life values are very simple in terms of category wise. It's spiritual, number 1. Number 2 is health. Number 3 is family. Number 4 is appearance. Number 5 is dwelling. Number 6 is mobility. Number 7 is education. Number 8 is profession. Number 9 is leisure. And then number 10 is wealth. And so I'm saying that because what I was saying is that I know that my channel is not going to really get the amount of views needed in this moment while I'm going through a lot of those top ones, right? A lot of the priorities, which is the spiritual, the identity. Who are you? Whose are you, right? When it comes to the health, what you put in your body, me on my end, but I haven't had meat. I haven't ate meat in the last 9 years almost, right? I'm very big on my health and still got more to do and still got more to improve on. But in terms of like, that's not attractive. It's not sexy. You dig what I'm saying? In terms of when it comes to your family, people ain't really caring about family no more. Let's be honest. People don't really care about family no more because they did, then you wouldn't have your elders out here trying to do for themselves. You wouldn't be out here trying to take advantage of your elders. You wouldn't be still trying to abuse and use your elders. You wouldn't be allowing your little nieces and your little nephews or your little cousins to go out here and be lost and just doing whatever and trying to keep up with trends and idolizing all these other individuals that don't care nothing about them. Like, if we really want to talk about it, if we really cared about family, a lot of stuff that's going on right now, we wouldn't be allowed to go on. All this dysfunction, we wouldn't be cool with this dysfunction if we really cared about family. But that's a whole nother conversation for another day, right? But again, saying that to say that when it comes to their family, like, people ain't gonna really want to hear that. They too busy wanting to hear about, you know what I'm saying? Who bring what to the table, or you need to be making what I'm making, or we need to be doing this, or if you can't take me out here, or dudes, if you can't give me what I want, a whole bunch of BS. You dig what I'm saying? So saying that to say that on this side of YouTube, it's not really that popular. The things that we're talking about currently is not really that popular, and I get it. You know what I'm saying? But again, number one, spiritual. I have self-identity. I know who I am and whose I am, so I'm not doing stuff for trend. I'm doing stuff because it's needed. And what they say, when you build it, it will come. I understand it's going to come, right? But I'm saying that because once it actually start getting to the things that I know people want to see, which is that leisure part, and once I start documenting that leisure part, and once people start seeing in terms of how we making this money, and once they start seeing, okay, where our credit is, and how we're utilizing this credit to be able to now take their money and use the OPM to be able to now invest into actual tangible things that can bring us back in, actual money, actual fiat currency, and then we can take that fiat currency and then put that into the market, and then make sure that we have now digital currency, that way nobody can take that from us. Like, once we start really talking that part and talking that talk, then people gonna start listening. Then people gonna want to go back and see, hey man, like, can you tell me, hey, can I just get 5 minutes of your time? Can I just get 10 minutes of your time? Man, look, I got over 365 videos on YouTube that I've done for all of 2025. This is me speaking in advance. That I've done all of 2025. That you can go back to and you can see. I don't have to sit here and tell y'all, hey man, like, no, hey, if I were to go back in time, what I would do, now I'm doing it now. And I'm documenting it. Starting back over from nothing except for faith, except identity. You know what I'm saying? And then building everything back up. I'm showing you right now. But I'm saying all that to say, not to bore you and not even to rant per se. But what I'm saying that to say is that I understand that once we start doing these trips, the events that I have planned out, the way that I know, because I'm a marketer by trade, how to get people's attention. Like, once I intentionally start wanting to get and trying to get and getting people's attention, I already know a lot of individuals are going to start coming to this page. And I already know they're going to start saying that this content is different. And I'm already knowing they're saying, nah, bro, what you're doing is refreshing. I'm already knowing there's going to be men coming to this page, males coming to this page, boys coming to this page. And they're going to be like, nah, bro, I appreciate you, because these are conversations I be wanting to have, but I don't have nobody around me who I can have these conversations with. All my partners talking about doing this, or they trying to do that, or all them on females, they still trying to go hit the clubs and stuff, and they trying to do this still, or they trying to just go out here and get this quick money, or I don't have no elders that's really able to set me down and give me the game, because they still out here trying to figure it out, or they ain't got the game, or they don't know who they are or who they are. Like, it's gonna be those conversations, and it's gonna be females coming and like, nah, bro, it's refreshing, bro, because I really thought that we was at a dead end, but I ain't realized. I thought that there was no more men out here that really was still a man's man, that still stood on something more than just instant gratification. Just how many females they can get, how much money they got to actually stand on something of substance, something of value, right? And so it get difficult when I'm dropping these videos, not for my purpose, but fleshing, right? It get difficult because I know that, bro, you got to drop these videos regardless. Even if you're only getting 1 view, no views, 5 views, 500 views, 60 views, no matter what, drop these videos, because you're not doing these videos for the attention that you're going to get right now. You're doing these videos that way once you get to where you're supposed to be at, and once it's time, and once guys say, all right, hey, let's apply pressure. I know my foundation is built. I know my foundation is built. And that's what this looks like, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, them men that's watching, them boys that's watching, that's trying to make sure them 18-year-olds, 16-year-olds, 15-year-olds, 20-year-olds, 25-year-olds is watching. This is what building a solid foundation look like. It's not going to be attractive from the start. It's not going to be sexy from the start. It's not going to be fun from the start. But it's not supposed to be fun. It's not supposed to be sexy. It's not supposed to be attractive. It's supposed to be a solid foundation. You feel me? It's supposed to be a solid foundation. Because once you have that solid foundation, you can go as high as you want to go, as wide as you want to go, because now you know your structure is solid. You know your foundation is solid. Right? You know who you are. You know whose you are. You have identity. Right? Then that's when we can start having some fun. Then that's when we can start doing the things that we know going to capture their attention. Because at that point, now we don't have to worry about nobody trying to manipulate us. We don't have to try to worry about, okay, hey, now these females want to come along while they see that we're going on these trips and all that. Nah, where was you at when I was really down here putting in work? Where was you at when I was having these real conversations about where we need to take our families at? Don't come to me now that y'all see that now these men are extinct out here. Now that y'all see that the characters that y'all know that y'all need, not that y'all might want at the time, but the ones y'all need, yeah, that assertiveness, that direction, that teacher, that leader, that provider, and I'm talking more than just materialistic. Like once y'all start seeing that that's something that y'all need, y'all make sure y'all keep giving y'all attention to the individuals y'all were giving that attention to. And it's not no hate speech. It's further from that, because one thing I do not lack, and I'm not saying this to brag, is attention from females. But what I am saying is that, fellas, we have to start knowing what we need to do for ourselves first. And in the midst of doing so, there's going to be individuals you're going to have to let go of. For some people, you're going to have to stop chasing. For others, you're going to have to let go of. And with me and my examples and my experience in life, I had to learn how to let go of. I had to learn how to detach from. I had to learn how to separate myself from. Because I started realizing what my weakness is. Right? And once I start doing that and I start giving myself self-love and I start really tapping back into self, man, that amount of pleasure and pain that I felt from doing so is liberating. And what I'm telling y'all is basically this whole rant wrapped up is this right here. Man, when you're building a foundation on solid principles, solid wisdom, solid levels of understanding, of comprehension, and you have self-identity, and you know who you are, and you know whose you are, and you know what your purpose on life is, what your existence on life is, and then you know how to achieve it, and then you mess around and get the blueprint, and then you realize that you can't fail, and then you start realizing that you're really a member of the royal family, and that you're the next king in line, and you start really realizing the authority that you have, the sovereignty that you have, the position on earth that you have, the dominion that you have, I promise you start moving different. I promise you the same stuff that used to attract you not going to attract you no more. I can guarantee you the same stuff you used to put up with, you're not going to put up with no more. From others or with yourself. I promise you're going to start waking up every day and it's going to be much clearer because now you know what you're supposed to be doing. But I promise you life's going to get much better. Now, with that being said, it's also going to be a whole lot more responsibilities that come with it because now you know what you're supposed to be doing. Now you know who you're supposed to be protecting. Now you know who you're supposed to be leading. And heavy is the head who wear the crown. But again, the whole point is now you got purpose. Now you got meaning. Now you got identity. Now you got a solid foundation. Now it's time to work. I didn't say play. Now it's time to work. Everything else you was doing was preparing for your job, but for your provision, right? But now it's time to work. Now it's time to go out there and touch even more people. Now it's time for you to be able to use all these videos that you've been dropping, all these whatever you've been doing on your end to be able to know in the gym what that look like for you. And you being in that lab or you being in that gym. For me, I've been dropping a whole lot of videos. For me, I've been really making sure my mental is good. For me, I've been making sure that I've detached from everything and everyone and focus on me and who I am and what I need to know for myself and what I need to be doing for myself. That way, once I step back out here, it's clear. It's clear. Because now I understand. And so now I understand what my goals are. If it's not going towards it, then I don't need to be a part of. And what I'm telling y'all fellas is once you get to that point, life is going to mean something again. Because I understand where y'all at. It gets to some time where it's too much noise. There's too much noise going on, too much dysfunction going on. And you don't really know what's going on in life. But what you do know is you're supposed to be here to do something. What you do know is that you're not here for no reason. What you do know is that whatever season you in, this is not the last season. This is not the season you're supposed to be in for forever. What you do know is that there's something better out there. And for those individuals, that's what I'm doing this for. That's why I'm posting videos every single day, even when I'm getting 0 views, because I know, again, that once it's built correctly, the people will come. So God, I appreciate you for seeing my efforts. I appreciate you for giving me vision. I appreciate you for allowing me to know who I am and whose I am. I appreciate you for giving me self-identity. I appreciate you for giving me the courage, giving me the confidence, right? Giving me the discipline to be able to walk in who I am and to do what I'm supposed to be doing here on this earth. Thank you for making things clear for me. Thank you for making my purpose clear for me. Thank you for giving me these 10 life values. Thank you for allowing me to be put in a position to where I'm able to be able to not only help my family and my family to come, but also my extended family. Thank you for allowing me to be able to help my nuclear family as well as my extended family. Thank you for allowing me to be able to help myself. And with that being said, I thank you for allowing everybody who is watching this video, has watched this video, or will watch this video to be able to watch it and to be able to get some type of wisdom from it. And with that being said, man, I appreciate y'all. Thank you. I love you. Amen. And I appreciate y'all for sticking with me. It's been yours truly, John Trey. And we out.